All right. Good morning. Let's see. Do I have the correct? Oh no. Oh, sorry. Let me fix this. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Do I have mirror? Yeah, I'm mirroring. Why is it so down in the? Wait, was it this? Isn't it like this? Or is it because? Oh, I'm all the way over there. Why am I all the way over there? That is weird. Let me try turning it. Yeah, that's better. Though, yeah, that was weird. Yeah, so I've got a new cable for my phone, so it shouldn't get. Oh, is that a little bit too much? There we go. Okay, nice. You have to excuse my voice. I'm a little bit cold. I have a cold. But we're gonna do something fun today. I watched this. So I've been playing around with the project, and maybe I can. Let's start it so we can see it. Let me just check to see if it's reset here. No, it's not. App view. Oh. So the thing about AI is that we have this expectation of having this super AI that just knows how to fix anything. But this seems to be like an invalid expectation, at least for now. And I saw this talk by Andrew. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. It's like NG. I'm just going to call him NG. He's like one of the lead researchers and has this really good way of transferring like conceptually and just summarizing like the core of challenges. But he talked about agents and how we kind of have to expect that using AIs for complex tasks, they will need to spend a lot of time on those tasks to do a good job. And they need to validate, be able to validate. And one thing is validating what they intend to do. Another thing is validating what they did. So validating what they intend to do, that's something AIs can do together. So you have multiple agents and they talk to each other and they kind of iterate on what they intend to do. And then they do something, and then you can also validate after they did something. So for example, that can be easy, but it can also be very difficult. So an example of something easy to validate after they did something is to just read the code they wrote. So you have an agent, or let's call it an agent. It can be the same AI, like the same model executing. It can even be within the same context window. But they just have like different prompts and tools to execute. Anyway, so you have one agent that writes, or like you have maybe two agents that plan something, like one that creates a plan and one that validates the plan. And then they send that plan to an implementer. And as that implementer implements a plan, you have another agent that, and it actually writes the code, but then you have another agent that reads that code back and takes a look at it and validates it that way. But then a very difficult one is, what if it's a web application? So all the code seems correct, but then you need to actually test the web application. So with this tool, you get like somewhat there. But definitely, oh, was it my web project? Well, yeah, my test project. Sorry. But you definitely don't get all the way there, because here it can read runtime logs, but that is given that the runtime errors when it loads the app, which might not be the case, right? You might have some button you need to click and then it fails. And just validating user experiences, like how the hell is an AI going to do that? So regardless, instead of manually wiring and testing out like different roles and different number of agents and how they do things, we're going to create an abstraction that allows us to very easily define these agents and also find a good API to make them interact. We have everything wired up, so it should be relatively straightforward, which I always say. But let's see the state of this thing now. I would like blah 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 to do this, and now it's sending this to a planner, and this planner is a GPT-4, because GPT-4 is way better at writing plans than GPT 3.5. GPT 3.5 has a tendency to just repeat what you told it, but as you can see here, it's actually pretty good. And I'm defining what roles should execute on each task. And then immediately it executes on the plan. And this is GPT 3.5 doing this. And let's see what it's doing. Okay, so I guess it's done. So it did something. Let's see what about the plan? So what's missing here is I think the plan is pretty good. Like what's missing here is when this planning agent GPT-4 is creating the initial plan, we can have a GPT 3.5 validating that plan. Because we have to keep the cost down as well. And maybe you want another GPT-4 to validate that plan, because it's more related to understanding human language, right? But we need to revalidate the planning, and then we need a validator of each implementation step. So that's what's missing here. So that's going to be exciting. Now you kind of saw what it did here, and it's not necessarily wrong, but I think yeah, I want to just check the navigate to the components in the create a file name task list inside template tag, which includes a form text, and submit below the form. Add a UL tag, add a script tag inside the video to manage and define the property task as an empty array to store the task and method. I wonder what it actually wrote there. Yeah. So this is the thing that very often happens. It states that define a data yeah, and an empty array and a method add task to add new tasks to the tasks array. So it does it very literally. It doesn't actually implement add task, but it adds something to actually, yeah. So that's the thing. And this is about prompting as well, right? So we could change the prompt here. So instead of to be very explicit that it should implement any methods added, right? Not just add the methods, but actually implement them. Like this is quirkiness. But we're not going to dive into prompt engineering. We can do that after we've created this abstraction. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So this is kind of an agent's flow. It's just a very hard-coded and limited one. So where should we start? So I have a feeling I'm gonna get stuck in TypeScript because I have this idea in my mind to have a very well typed. Let's see, assistant. I guess we can. Where should we put this? So assistant would be, yeah, I think we should rename this to agent. And then we have, let's just do that, rename to agent. Yes. And then we're gonna rename this to agent. Rename agent thread. Rename. And what's interesting is how do we do a handover between the agents? Let's see. Let's just keep renaming here. Because they have to explicitly, like we can't parse the response. Like it's just text, right? Just language that we get back, and we need a way to know that it's done so we can hand over whatever information we need to the next agent. And to do that, I intend to do function calling. So there's going to be this function call that all agents have, which I'm just going to call handover and describe it as so there you will be able to define custom prompts, but there will be some fundamental prompt under the hood which ensures that the handover function is called when the agent thinks it's done. And it's going to say, I'm happy about this, or this is horrible. So let's look at this. And this is probably going to get super complicated, but we're going to try to do something. So let's just call it agents. And let's just start playing around with it in a file here first. Let's see. So let's imagine we have a function called create agents. And what I would like to pass into this file is, by the way, I just need to check my email. I'm helping YouTube. Oh, no, live. Anyways. So what I would like to do is like create agents, and then the thing is I want there to be some typing between. So when you write code for an agent, you should be able to express which agent you do the handover to. And that can be dynamic as well, like based on some internal state of that agent or the agents in general. You want to do a different kind of handover. And I'm not sure. Yeah, I think really it needs to be like it has to be an array, because you have to define which agent do you start with. Like what's the initial, or maybe it should be two configs. You have one agents, create agents, and then you have another one, or maybe not even that. Maybe you just have the agents. But that's the thing, like if I create an agent here, what I think we need to do is to have like agents create, and then you create one, and then you add an agent. And I think that makes sense as well, because it does give some sense of hierarchy, and it will also like include typing of what agents you previously added. So I think, yeah, I think we're just going to create a chaining API. It's going to simplify it. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so we're gonna have a class called agents, and then we're gonna have an agent, and agents create takes an agent. And then we're gonna do, well, of course, new agents. And in that constructor, we need to pass in an agent, like initial agent. And then we're gonna keep agents. I'm just gonna put them in an array for now. This.agents push agent. And then we're gonna have an add here. And this is the thing. We're gonna try to t extends agent. So it's gonna be a very specific agent here. And I think we need to create an interface for this. Interface agent. So it needs a name. And that name is going to be what differentiates it from the, but do we really care about that? Yeah, because they're gonna have, we have to be able to separate the names of them for the API. So I think how are we gonna do this? How do we do this? I told you I'm gonna get stuck in typing. Okay, so we're gonna try something. We're gonna say t extends. Let's just try name string. But the thing is, like, I don't want the handover to be. This is what I'm wondering. Like this handover, do we just say that handover has been called and then we orchestrate from the outside? Or do you orchestrate from the inside? So one agent implements. So when like on handover, yeah, we just have to explore this. So this would be the same extends I agent. So you can add multiple agents immediately if you want to do that. I agent, or this would be a T, and this would be T agents. This dot agents equals agents. Okay. Why are you? Oh, sorry. Oh, T. It should be just be T. Oh, values never read. Okay. And then we have add. So what this should do, this should basically take an agent. Well, this would be another u extends I agent. So this would be u, and it should return agents of t and yeah, let's make this an array as well. Agents. And then we'll just shove them together. So we'll say this dot agents equals this dot agents concat agent. I'm probably doing this way wrong. Yeah, because we're saying now that agents should be T. Do we need to create like a new agent? I think we do. Okay, so we're gonna do return new agents, this agents, concat agents. So we don't even need to do this. Why are you complaining? Undefined? Why does it undefined? Was that because of this? Oh, it's still a problem. T extends I agent. Yeah, I'm very unsure about that thing. Okay, anyways, create. Oh, this should be static. Maybe that's the reason. Yeah, probably. That should have been static. So planner and we're off. And this is name string. So I want that to be a const. Yeah. How do I enforce that to be a const? Well, what we can do is instead of defining an array, now we can actually do, yeah, okay, let's do this. So what we'll do is, yeah, this makes sense now. Okay, so yeah, now it's coming together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create, I think I can just say record of string. Well, I actually think, well, okay, record string I agent. So we're gonna pass in a record instead. As I said, like these, if you send in multiple, what the hell is happening here? You send in multiple agents, it just means they can be in parallel. If you want agents to depend on other agents, you use the add feature. And then what we're gonna do here, we're gonna say this agent, I'm gonna do this. So the thing is planner. So it's actually not gonna have a name. But now we should have planner, right? So now we can say key of agents. And then we have the consts for, or the IDs of the agents. That's great. So if we do this and I say add developer, are you complaining? Oh, sorry. Now this should be planner and developer. Great. This is exactly what we want. And then you use this add to like just build up really the typing and the final agents instance. And now we can say, and it should really have internal. Okay, so let's say that it's like it is a state machine. So what we're gonna do is, oh, do I have, no. Oh yeah, it's just me. Sorry. I'm messing around with these cameras. So what we're gonna have some internal state for this. And that internal state is gonna be, yeah, let's just call it state. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna call it state and then agents state. Then we need to define type agents state, and this needs to be a type because we're gonna have a status. And let's start with idle. So it hasn't started. And then what I like to do is that I use this, I think it's a very old pattern. Return this dot state. But the reason I use this is because we're gonna have an event emitter on this. Oh, this dot state equals new state. And then we're gonna add, let's see, private on state change emitter, new emitter of agents state. And then on state change is this on state change emitter event. I don't know why I like this pattern. It's a little bit verbose, but yeah. Then we're gonna fire the new state, and the state here is immutable. That's also something I like. I really like this value, immutable value of explicit states. And they have their related values. Anyways, so what we're gonna do is what's the first thing we need to do? So what these agents need is that they need a prompt, which is a string, and they need an instruction, which is also, so let's do the minimal thing to reproduce the behavior I just demoed. And then they need tools. They're really functions. Let's call them functions. And I wonder if there's like JSON schema to type. How does this work? Wow. I thought you could do this with just... Why do you need code generation? Can't you just use typing? So this kind of sucks. I thought that was possible. Type utility. or maybe I can define it differently. So the point is that we also need to know the typing of the functions. But we also need to pass those functions in as a JSON schema. So as an example, where are my assistants? The web, no, not web dev planner. And one thing I completely misunderstood is like when you think about agents, like they need to be different assistants, or like, no, it doesn't matter. It's a concept. It's just conceptual. It's something you manage by controlling the context and the model and like the flow. So let's just say that we have someone should be able to read files. So that should be I don't understand why this can't just be a type. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. But there should be like a type utility JSON schema. I find that weird. Currently in beta. Yeah, exactly. Resolve JSON schema. Yeah. Object pattern. Yeah, but this is exactly user is typed according to the schema above. This is exactly what I want. Currently in beta. 3 years ago. Wow. Okay, I think we're gonna try to build our own because I have very simple schemas. So let's see. Let's shove that in here and then let us create type JSON schema. And what it needs to be based on is a record of string. I think I need to use any. So it needs to be a record where we need to infer what level we are at, and we should probably have like different types for the different parts. So in this case, we don't really need. So there, this is the JSON schema. There's very specific things here, right? So a string, you have a description, you have parameters, and this is also interesting. It's not just a JSON schema. It's I think it's quite specific to OpenAI, because it needs to be. This needs to be object. You have to do it like this or it won't work. And then you have required, which would be, okay, so you do have, okay, so this is interesting. So parameters, okay, so this is something we can, T extends JSON schema, schema object. JSON schema object. And it has a set of properties. So that would be T extends record string, and this could be like JSON schema object. And I guess we would call this like the union of the different types of Well, parameters, yeah, it's not parameters. Schema value. I guess we can call it JSON schema param or something. And anyways, this JSON schema param currently has one thing, and that is JSON schema object. And this can be any. And required here should be key of T. Why are you complaining? Oh. What did I do here? I have a typo somewhere. Oh, here it is. So this will be a JSON schema object. Where the properties. Well, the params needs to be a JSON schema object. Yeah. But what properties? Yeah, I'm gonna try using any here. I'm not quite sure how. What are you complaining about? Oh, these. Let's see. Okay, so this is gonna be a JSON schema of. I guess we'll have to do this. Any JSON schema T. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Okay, so let's try adding a planner now. So this planner needs to, it has an instruction, you are a planner. And the instruction is, what I've noticed is that you have these instructions on the assistants, but they don't really work. I'm not sure. I think it's simplifying. But an instruction, it's just something you insert before the user prompt. And a prompt in this case is something we insert after. So maybe we shouldn't call it prompt. Instruction is like who you are. And then we have like how to. I feel like instruction is more instructions. I think this is more like what to do. How do you handle the request? And then personality or behavior. Let's just do personality because I want to, or what do we call it? When you're kind of like your skill set. Let's just call it capabilities for now, and then we'll see what we'll do. So capability instructions, and I'll of course write about these. JSON schema functions, function definitions. Describe the capabilities of this agent. This instruct the agent on how to, and there's a difference here. Like the instructions, they should so instructions, they make more sense. So when you so in the demo, we had like a developer implementing each step. So I had like client state. So the planner would call a function with a plan, and it's an array of tasks. And then I would, on the client, I would manage that state. So I would pass the first task to the, let's just continue calling it agent. It would then, based on just responding, I will complete that task and then move to the next one. And it makes sense to have an instruction there. But if you're gonna have, so for example, if that developer implements it and does a handover, that handover goes to a validator and then responds back to the implementer. And no, let's just try it. How to handle prompts. And this is something, of course, to explore. You are excellent at planning. And then there's an internal instruction, which is to call the handover when it's done. An internal handover instruction is added. Instructions: create a request, a plan from the prompt of the user. Anyways, now it's interesting. So we have functions here. I'm not sure if this is like name, read file, description, reads a file, parameters, any. So I'm not sure. So yeah, so this is the thing. Let's add to this. So these functions are important when we are emitting events. Like we need to emit events when there are function calls, and this is going to happen on the outside. This is not something we implement into the agent. So this is something we need to have here. So on function call emitter, new emitter, and how would we describe? Maybe we can just have the agent. So this would be, how do we do this? T key of T. That will be one of the agents. Let's try this. On function call event. So for agents on function call. Yeah, and the thing is, it's like it's one of the. Yeah. So we need to know that. How are we gonna do this? So when we do create, we have a string of iAgent any. this isn't typed now. And why isn't this typed? Is it because oh, it needs to be a const, right? Yeah. As const. Yeah. Okay, but I think we need to do the same here. So functions, they need to be put into First of all, they need to be in an array, of course. So functions would be how will we do this? So there's a different JSON schema, of course, for every function. I think maybe we rather would do this. So record string JSON schema any. And then we would say T. And then we rather define a read file. Why isn't it requiring you to... Why isn't it requiring... This is weird to me. Test. This should be a JSON schema. Oh, is it because I'm using any? But I'm saying JSON schema. I don't get this. What if I put something else in here? Oh, there's something bad going on here. Oh, it says any. Why does it do that? Why does it give it any? I agent any? Why doesn't it infer that? Is it because I have any here? Do I need to actually... I don't think I need to do this, right? I do. So read file. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So we need to, okay, I guess that's fine. So we have read file. I think we kind of have to do this. We have to put the name twice. Which I think is fine. Reads a file. And then parameters. Oh, and now this becomes NA. Oh, no. How do I do this recursively? Infer the stuff. How do I do that? Recursive inference. TypeScript. Oh yeah, this is bringing back memories. We have to do a check. Yeah, we need to do an extends. This is horrible stuff. Okay, so I think we can also do, let's see. I'm gonna just try that on the first one. So this is passed in as an NA, right? Which means that what we need to do is key of T. Well, we do know it's a JSON schema, right? So it should at least have, this is what I don't understand. Oh, it's because I pass in any. Okay, so if I rather do this, what happens now? Infer you. JSON schema you or never. So if I do functions, yeah, so now it actually requires me to do that, but I did it on the wrong place. So this should really be, okay, so I can say extends record of string any. This is the inference stuff. So what I can do safely now is k in key of T, because it knows it's a record at least. And then we do the check. TK extends JSON schema, and then we put a JSON schema there. So read file. Yeah, and now we have, okay, I remember now. We have to do like a explicit check down the chain. So we need to do the same here. So we can, yeah, so basically check let's see. Yeah. So what is the, yeah, infer, let's just do you again. JSON schema object, you or never. Let's see what happens. So read file name, read file description, my description. Parameters, yeah, type object properties. Yeah, that's any for now. And required would be, well, yeah, and then we actually need to check here. T extends God damn it, this is complicated. So never. Oh, now we're getting into problems. Yeah. I think this kind of needs to be any. No. Ugh. I cannot. Oh, it's because we have to infer the U here. That's the reason. Yeah, I think we have to do this and then actually, yeah, then we K in key of T, and then TK extends JSON schema param TK or never. I think this is how we gotta do it. So if I so this should be nothing. Oh, interesting. Undefined. Well, it does need to have a key. So if we say foo. Oh, I did something wrong. Oh, key of. Oh, I think it should be this. So now it's complaining about. Yeah, so this is a challenge because this is now not. So what if I do this? Oh, interesting. Why is it never? So this should be fine. Oh, I can't believe I'm stuck in this stuff. Maybe we should just use that library. And this should be possible. Okay, so it thinks that parameters is never. So it says that it's not extending a JSON schema object. Why does it think it doesn't extend a JSON schema object? it has properties. It has required. Okay, let's just remove those two and just have type object. Okay, then it's fine. So it says it doesn't match because of which one of them is responsible for this? Oh, it's the required. Key of T. Why is that a problem? If I just say string here, is it happy then? Oh, it's still, oh yeah. Okay, so it's the key of thing. Why is that a problem? If I just do key of T. Oh, well, what if I do foo? Still. I find this interesting. Okay, so this is a big problem. It's because required is like a property of properties. And so we're kind of defining T here, right? And then this is a general problem. It does not really work this way. I guess this is the biggest problem. Yeah. So I wonder if I just do T again here. But now this becomes, like, this just becomes complete. Okay, so it's happy about that. But if I do like foo air, like it doesn't understand. This isn't possible. But what we can do is that we can create a schema builder. I think we have to do that. But it said that there are already. Let's look at this one. Oh, 29 million. Oh, so this, oh, JSON schema type builder. Oh yeah, of course, it's a general type builder. Yeah, it's not like specific to, okay, so we're gonna use this one. Oh, I guess we could use SOD as well. But this, yeah, but that's general type building. This is specifically for JSON schema. Okay, of course, we should have done this from the very beginning. So is it yarn I'm using? No, I think I'm using npm. Npm, yeah. Npm install. Anyway, so it's fun exploring. Like it's a kind of a puzzle for me, or Sudoku kind of thing. Just playing around with types. So let's look at the API for this. So import type. So what we need to do is, so functions, let's see. Can I like say somehow that it should be, what's static? Oh, interesting. That's how you generate the type. Okay, so I guess it would be like static any. Yeah, so functions. Let's try it, just making it t like this, and this will be static any. Let's try this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have functions as an array, and then we're gonna create our first one, and we can. Okay, let's just try building it. I wonder how this will work. Okay, let's just try. So I guess this is a type object properties name type. So this should be like a very specific string. Is that like options title? Interesting. Oh, title of the schema. How do I say that it's, I don't think it should be string, it should be constant. Const. Read file. Okay, let's see what this looks like. So agent, oh sorry, agent functions. So now it says name. So that's not what I really wanted, right? I wanted this to be the specific name. How do I do that? I need to know this. Literal. Would think it was const. Types, values. Okay. Oosh. Map types. Sorry. Yeah, and I guess we need that builder to reference types. Do they have const? Where's const? Of course, const is. Types, JSON, JavaScript, generics. Oh, okay. So here are the tuple, enum. You can maybe use enum with just one value. No. I was thinking. Okay, let me just. Oh, God damn it. It could be. Ah, I can't believe this is the tricky part. Oh. Oh yeah, but that is the actual. Like, how would it actually build? But maybe I can just say read file. Can I do that? No, of course I can't. Okay, so I'm gonna try something. Value? Wasn't it value? Didn't it have like a build thing? Ah, this is taking even longer. Values. Create? Huh. Oh, sucky that it doesn't. Oh my god, this didn't help me. This was just too much stuff. How do I want to approach this? So I want to get the type and this specific object out. I don't like this. Let's remove it. Sinclair. It was probably very powerful, but it's not what I wanted. So let's create a class JSON schema. What was the other library? Maybe that was more for me. No, but that required you to like. Typed composable JSON schemas. Okay, let's try this one quickly, just to see if it just works. I like the API better. It seems simpler as well. So if I want an object, okay, string. Can I? Okay, so I can't. What's the? It needs fucking have a specific name. Boolean, clone, date, email. I wonder if is it enumeration and then it just has one? Let's try that. Enumeration. Make schema. How does this work? So I get the schema, but how do I get... How do I actually use it? Like, how do I make a type out of it? Can be pretty tight. I mean, how do I create a type out of it? Wait. What the hell is this? Object. Options? I don't understand this. God damn it. I'm just gonna build my own. Like, I'm doing all of this to learn, and this is also learning. God damn it. Where is the thing? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have a JSON schema. And I think, how do we build this? How do we actually build this? God damn it, though, that required stuff. It's so annoying. So what do I actually want here? I want to be able to... Or do I just want the whole thing to... Wait a minute. Can I simplify this? So we'll just... We don't do anything here. We just say... any. And then... let's just shove that function in here. Like, the point isn't really to have typed functions, it's to get the thing back. So if I say as const here, name, we have read file. Okay, so what I think we can do, we can say function JSON schema. Yeah, so the extends. So what does it have? JSON schema. It has a name, which is a string. It has a description, which is a string, and then parameters, which is a string. Not a string. And let's say any here. So that's the thing. Yeah, let's just do any. And schema would be T. And we're just going to return it. What are you complaining? Oh, schema. Okay, so now we have now the thing is we don't have name is now a string. How do we yeah, so we have extends string. Does that make it a const? No, does it? No, it doesn't. How do we make it a const? Yeah. I think JSON schema needs to be okay, this is interesting. Okay, so we're going to do n d and then parameters. Well, let's just do n. Name and then description is just a string. And let's forget about that thing here. And then we'll just return name description. Probably think I'm crazy. So it's still, how do you make yeah, how do you make that? How do you make a generic const? Oh, didn't they add this? I think they did. Yes, they did. They did. No. Do I have to explicitly do it? No. What the fuck? Huh. Yeah, the const modifier. I thought that was gonna fix it. Oh, that's not the const modifier I'm looking for. Yeah, const. Should I just I find this weird. This should have worked. I do not understand. Who? Path? Oh, sorry. Read file. That's the problem, of course. And and then parameters. Yeah, let's wait with the parameters. Of course. Read file. Yeah, of course. Extend string. Okay, and then we have parameters. Parameters, which is a record of string. We do not really care about. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's just do any for now. Okay, so this is interesting. This is always okay, let's just do this for now, and then we're going to change this because the JSON schema here is always a type object. So it's more like JSON function schema. Or we can just call it function or func. Anyways, what we want to make sure of is that, let's just do that. Func. And that would be properties and required. Yeah, so properties actually needs to be a generic. P extends string any for now, because this is going to be key of P. Now this should work because it's params. So this would be parameters, type, object, properties, required. Yeah, so we have path should be here, and this should be here. See that? Beautiful. So the name is read file. It has the parameters. The thing now is that we want these functions to be, we have them as any now. iAgent, where is iAgent? Let's move these things up. So we have a func, and we could create a type out of this, but I think return type func. Any. Oh, type of, sorry. Type of func. So does this still work? Yeah, nice. So, oh, does this still work? Yeah. And if I were to do like something else here now, this should fail, right? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. So if we do it as const here, what does that do? And if I were to just add a function here, why can't I just add a function there? Why doesn't it complain about that? Okay, so let's try to type func is name string description string parameters type object. Oh my god, this is gonna take all day. Properties and a required string. So the problem now, yeah, so now we can say satisfies func type number. I think this doesn't really work. Like you have to do number. Key of P, but P can't be a number. I'm saying it's a string. Oh, for fuck's sake. Required y number symbol. But if I say func, we're going to lose all the typing. Oh, but what if we do func here? Why are you complaining? Oh, if we do that, why aren't you complaining? You should be complaining. I'm saying it needs to be. Oh, extends, of course. I think no. Oh, I think. Oh, sorry. So if I say func here, but now we lose the inference, right? What? I do not understand this. How can this be possible? There's some expectation here. Why is this any? Hi agent. Oh, it's because I'm doing. Oh, this is the same thing. Because I'm passing any there. I am confused. Okay, now it's complaining. Let's remove this. Ah, what did I set the string, whatever. Wait, what's wrong? Name, description. I don't understand what you're complaining. Parameters.type. Oh, is it because? Okay, maybe the whole thing should be as const, or maybe just that one. Do we lose? Okay, so now we have, and this is still typed, right? Yeah. Okay. And if I just insert something here, it's wrong. It needs to be the things. So these are just helpers, like to get the required stuff in there and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah. And then we have function. Let's try this now. What's the schema I was going to try? It's this one. And then we need object, and object takes function object. And it should return type object. Yeah, and this should be parameters. This should be an object type. JSON schema object. JSON schema. Yeah, so now it's going to be interesting. JSON schema func, because now I think we lose the inference again. So type JSON schema object, type object, properties, record string, and then this can be, let's just say we have JSON schema object again, or just do string for now, because we want to be able to look at these. So what we need here are the actual like properties. So this would be properties. P required would be key of P properties required. Cool. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna say path. Let's just add the string type. Type JSON schema string. Description is string. And say that it needs to be a JSON schema string. Cool. So path. Okay, so we don't really need object here yet. So parameters is a JSON schema object, and then this makes sense. And then we don't need to create. Let's just call it string. And return type string as const. And then what does it have? It just has a description, right? Description string. Oh, yeah, of course, the description. And we're gonna add the path. It's gonna be a string of the path to the file. Okay, so this is interesting. Why is this failing? Oh, did I insert? Oh. Okay, nice. Now the question is, do we actually have parameters? Yeah, we have path here now. Okay, this is good. This is exactly what I wanted. So the point is that when we have these function calls, we want to give it the parameters. That's the whole point of this. That's really the whole point. We need the name of the function call and then the parameters. Name. Name. Parameters. Yeah, and the parameters are is it sorry. Let's see, I got a message from someone I'm gonna meet. Oh, did I get more messages? Ah, weird. I just need my phone a couple of seconds. Hey, my charger is working. That's great. Let's see. Lunch. Oh my god. I really want to play with this, and then I'm asked to go out for lunch. Okay, I should do that. I should do that. Okay, let's get back camera mode. Yeah, nice. This is working now. Okay, so what we want to do on the function call is that we want to give the kind of function call it can be. So this on function call emitter is not just the agent, but we need to extract the function call and its params from each agent. So extract function call from each agent. So what we should be able to do is create a type called extract function call. It takes an agent. Well, it's a JSON schema func, we know that. And what we should be able to do is we're going to create a union. So we need to do oh wait, I agent. This should be all agents. Or is it any agent? Okay, let's see. Yeah, so this is an agent. We need the function calls, extract each function call. So this would be extends or like n in iAgent. Oh, sorry, T function. So this would give us the. Can't you do this? Or is it key of? Oh, key of. So this will give us the index 1230. Yeah, and then we say we want each value from this thing where we say, so now we have to check t functions n extends JSON schema func, and then we're gonna extract the name and the parameters. But the parameters should be parameters. Okay, well, let's try this first. Why is this failing? Oh, or never. So this should now be not be agent, it should be tool call. Yeah, read file, and it has its object properties path. Nice. But now we need to create extract. Maybe we should call this the extract function. And then type extract objects. And we know that this is an object, so we can try that. Extract object. And there we have t extends. Did we create JSON schema object? JSON schema object. And here we want to extract well, we know the keys. Oh, the tricky thing here is the optional keys. Yeah, but we can actually check that. Okay, so we're just going to iterate k in key of t. And for each key, well, it's going to be this. But what we're going to do is here we need to do the specific checks, because now it can be so what we can do, because we only have one check now, is where were we? Extract. Yeah. So if tk extends that thing, we're just going to say string, or we're going to say never. But the thing is, we also have this required thing. So we want some of these keys to be optional. Oh, that's interesting, because that wouldn't be here. That would be here. Functions name, parameters, and then yeah. So what we will need to do is extract the object, and then we will have to iterate each key and optionally give it undefined. Based on if the key actually exists. Oh, and this is specific to extract object. Because here we could actually pass in. Oh, sorry, parameters. Wait a minute. So parameters has. Oh, parameters has properties. Yeah, sorry. So where's the extract object? Oh, sorry. So this should be a key of properties, of course. Yeah. That's what we want to extract. But then we need to check does this K exist in? I wonder if there's a way. How should I do this? Because I could do like a union or undefined. But what if it's not undefined? What if it should be there? Can I choose like optional? What's the utility? Partial. Can I give it? No, it just makes everything partial. Do I have to check everything? I guess I do. So if it's a JSON schema string, we have to check if T required. So if how do we check that? If K in? No, that doesn't work. How do we check that? If yeah, K in number. Isn't that how we check it? I would expect this to work. TypeScript. Type tuple. I'm not sure if I'm gonna find an answer to this. So, oh, is it extends K? That's how we do it. Okay, this is, let's see. So tool call, parameters, path, and it's a string. What if I now remove this one? Ah, that didn't work. That should have been optional now, and it isn't. Oh, it's the opposite. If K, is that the way to do it? No. Oh, I think there's a trick to this. So if K extends, we can actually do something like this, but it should be the opposite. So if T required extends that one. God damn it. TypeScript type tuple type extends other tuple. Ugh. So okay, I think actually extends. First, we have to, if T required extends key of this one, then we can check. Because it needs to know, it needs to kind of check that it's in there. Well, it became never. That's something. So if T required extends key of properties, and then T required extends K. So I guess this is the one that fails. T required extends. So this should also be string. Yeah, but it didn't work. So should it be the opposite? I don't think that's right. No. Fuck, how do I do that? I think it should be, I actually think it should be in this way. Number extends K. Fuck. That sucks. So it seems like T required never extends key of T. Oh, yeah. Of course. It should also be like this. So I think this actually works. We can try it because we can add another one. Oh, did I forget to add so oh, I find this interesting because this was never, doesn't it hit this one? Yeah, why it doesn't undefined? String or undefined? If I do number, does it work then? What? If I do void, that works. But if I do undefined, it doesn't work. What? What? That is certainly very weird. TypeScript makes certain keys optional. Oh, this is what I want. Yes, this is what I want. So we just do this check first. Then we'll do a never here. Let's just write this again. Let's see, partial by. And then we'll keep string or never. But then we're going to make this partial by t required. Does this work? Yeah. No. Parameters is now never. Oh. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't necessarily. Oh, t required. Oh, interesting. Number. Oh. Key of. Yeah, we have to check this. Oh. And this needs to be number. Does this work? Yeah, now it's optional. But if I insert path here, it's still fucking optional. Actually, I'm not sure if this is correct. I'm gonna try something. Test equals foo bar number. Yeah, it does work. Number extends. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. It's still optional. Oh, did I do the opposite? Partial by. Oh, now I'm making it partial. It should be the opposite. It should be the opposite. It should be partial by. So those that are there should not be partial. So instead of omit, we should have include. Is it include? Is that all we need? Fuck. So we're passing in the object here. And k extends key of t. And what we want to do is that the things we have here, we want those to be partial. So to do that, we first omit the ones that are partial. So we first omit But I think I can make it partial, but just I think I can just do this. Maybe? No. I can't do that. So I'm saying, well, it needs to be t and partial and partial pick. Yeah. Yeah, that worked. But what if I remove it? What happens now? Fuck. It doesn't work. Ah. Okay, so I think I need to like omit so I first need to pick T so these are the ones I want, right? So first we pick the ones we want, and then we say partial omit the ones. So we just, of course, do the opposite. I think this works. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? We're picking so if this is empty, we're picking well, void, can I say undefined? How would I never? Yeah. So foo bar. So if that is never, it means that we pick nothing. But that doesn't make sense because we have path here. And then we omit. Oh, and then we omit never. For fuck's sake. We were gonna build an agent's state machine. We're stuck with fucking typing. Isn't that the story of my freaking life? Okay, so let's do the old partial, and we can flip it around. So let's use the old partial by. Let's not flip it around. There we go. And we're just gonna change how we pass it in. So we rather say, instead of saying the ones we exclude, key of t properties. What happened here? So we're gonna exclude So we're gonna pass the ones we want to exclude, which are the ones that's not in that array. I'm just gonna check it. Fuck. So how does exclude work? So I have something. Let's do the opposite, see what happens. No, that doesn't work at all. So what we're basically saying here is that, okay, if I have path in there, I don't understand this. I want the keys that are not in here. What does that mean? The keys that are not in there. This is wrecking my brain. So I want to remove properties from key of properties if they are in here. So I'm giving all the properties to be partial, but then I'm removing the ones that are in the required array. That should work, but it doesn't. Why doesn't that work? Because if I do exclude, so let's say you have foo or bar, and I want to exclude bar. Now there should only be foo. So yeah. So this partial by, so what if I do just test it? So if I have foo bar string and I say foo, yeah. This is a complicated typing thing. I have a feeling this can be done in a simpler way. So it's basically, we need to make it, we have the okay, so what if we pass in the stuff we want to be partial? what we want to do is we want to keep, we're passing in what we want to keep. So we want to first pick what we want to keep. So that will be TK. That's the stuff we want to ensure. But the problem is that I don't know how it acts if that array is empty. Then I think it just returns everything, right? Didn't we test that? Pick foo string, bar string. And if I do never, we get nothing, which is what I would expect. So we first pick what we want to have there, and then we do a partial of omitting. This should work. I don't understand why that doesn't work. Because now this becomes never. That means what we pick here is, what if I remove this one? Like now it shouldn't be anything here. So that's the thing, right? So this pick here, for some reason, wait, did I have path in there? No. Okay, so I guess oh, so wait a minute. Does it extend? Is this the right way around? Maybe this should be the opposite. It shouldn't extend the key of properties. Like what's actually in there? Now I'm saying that it can have any of those. I think they're just always included now. Let's just do K. Like we can debug this thing. Parameters. Yeah, it's path, right? Because it can be a path. That's the thing. Because yes, indeed, it does. What happens if I flip these two around? Does it become never then? Oh, it still becomes path. Okay, interesting. This doesn't work. I find it funny that it because if I just do this, it won't work, right? Oh, it will. Interesting. It still says path in there. Why does it do that? Why does it say that T required JSON object schema? Where's the object schema? I'm just saying string here. I'm not saying that it's actually the keys of the Oh, but here I'm saying, so the problem, I think, is that it hasn't been inferred. The actual thing hasn't been inferred, because when we do func, so when we do func like this, we just say string any. Yes, this isn't inferred. That's the problem. Let's try to do that. R extends key of P. What happens now? Now it's changing. Changes to any though. Ah, what was that thing? Interesting. But now, yeah, it should still be optional though. Because now I'm saying what should be. Okay, so this didn't do anything. Oh, God damn it. What happens if I insert path here again? Okay, so if we do have the path, it becomes optional now. So if we now were to like pick omit, we have the path, but if we remove it, I don't think the path becomes optional. Yeah, so this is the problem now. This becomes something weird. So to fix that, so okay, so if t requirement number extends t properties, we'll do a partial by, or we'll just do a partial by the whole thingy. Well, I guess we have to do this again. Oh, but we can do no. Okay. So now it's actually there, and if we do path, it's still fucking optional. Oh, key of. Nice. And if it's not there, yes, but it's any for some reason. What does that mean? Why does it become any? It should be string. Excuse-moi. So why does that become any? What if I make that a number? Or partial by. Oh. Why is it or partial by? Oh, wait a minute. So what if we do extends never? I think I can do that. Yeah. And if we have path. Fuck! Why is it still partial by? Oh, sorry. If it's never, then it should be partial, or it should be partial by. Path, and if it's not there, it's never. For fuck's sake. I'm doing something wrong. I'm. What am I doing wrong? So I'm. Oh. That's what I'm doing wrong. What? Why does it become any? So it's the same problem. Why is this? Why does it become? And is it because of the? It can be either or. Yeah, it can be partial or it can be partial by. Which is correct. Yeah, that's the thing. It becomes a union. But it shouldn't be a union. Because if it extends never, this is the type it should be. It should be partial. Then it can never be this. What if we flip it around? Well, I guess we did. Oh, wait a minute. I think maybe we need to do this because these nevers, they should never be. Oh no, that's to extract that. Sorry, that's to extract the value. It doesn't matter. Oh, God damn it, TypeScript. Why does parameters become a partial of become a union? Why can't I just use undefined? That's a freaking mystery to me. Okay, just for fun, I'm gonna try again. If I somehow made a mistake. No. Doesn't matter because it becomes a union somehow. But is that because I have like never? No, of course not. It's not because I never. It just becomes a union. So what if required extends never? Does this always happen? Does it always create unions of conditionals? I thought it was supposed to infer it. Okay, so that's not the right. What if, I guess any now it will always be partial. Even if I do path, it will be partial. How do I identify that it's an empty array? Well, we kind of did this, like we checked. This was a lot of stuff. Mm. Yeah. So number should be in never. Can I extend never? That's the thing. Uh, yeah, it becomes never. Yeah, this should work, but for some reason it just doesn't. So now that's never. And then it becomes path. Like does become optional, but it just, I don't understand why the other stuff is breaking. So it kind of works. What if I just, oh, it was a partial thing. So it might be, what if I use partial by here as well? And then we just say never. What happens now? Because it's partial by any. That shouldn't happen. But what if we don't have this? What if we just do now? What if we just do this? What happens now? Now we have a different problem. Yeah, because it becomes any. But what if we do the partial by, and then we rather here we check extends extends key of t required number, or we say never. That could be a thing. No, it could not. And then, oh, interesting. So k extends never t, or could that work? Now we got the same fucking problem. Because now, yeah, now we just move the conditional. God damn it. Could we, okay, let's look at this again. So we're not going to do partial by. We're actually going to use this thing. And then we're going to try this again. So optional partial. Partial except these required. Actually works. Ah, interesting. Let's try this one then. Where were we? Oh. T required. number. There it's optional. And there it's not optional. Thank you. It worked. Okay, so let's do foo. So now, oh, it didn't work. For fuck's sake, of course. And that is because it doesn't actually infer the actual value. So now we're just saying that any of them, it doesn't matter. Like, well, it does infer. I don't understand this. This should have worked. So what it does is that it passes in, it did seem to pass in the correct thing, right? Let's just look at what it gets here. Okay. That's interesting. But if I do this, it's any. But if I put something there, it becomes all of them. So I think this is the right logic. It's more the inference, like when we do this extracting thing, parameters, yes, I think we need to do this instead, extract function, and then we have to do yeah, so we need to do okay, how do we do this? Can do this, k extends agent. Oh wait, yeah, sorry. Let's do any here, and then we say t extends agent infer schema. So oh yeah, sorry, extends. So we do extend here. So we should have the name, and we do have the name. We have the parameters, and we should have, wait, but parameters, extract object. What if we do p R extends key of and then we rather pass them in. Required. I have no idea if this is gonna help. R key of P. Oh. Is this gonna make a difference? No. Fuck. This is so difficult. I have to go. But I guess I should take a break anyways. God damn it. So for some reason, what if we do this R? I guess it doesn't matter. Shouldn't matter. No. This sucks. This really sucks. I'm thinking about it the wrong way somehow. But what I'm gonna try is, I'm just gonna try this. Why the hell is this thing saying path or foo? What if I do this? What does it say now? Path or foo. But if I do this, it says any. Why doesn't it show me the exact? So I'm saying here required is like, is it this thing? Like, what if I do as const? Does it change? No, it says path or foo. Extends key of P. Well, it could be what if I do this? I have no idea. Why is this becoming? Why isn't it inferred? What if I say name, description, enters type object. Don't have to do cons here anymore. Properties. Oh wait, no, that doesn't matter. Record string any required are. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. I think it should be like this. Wait, why is it complaining? Oh, const. Oh, fuck. I can also add foo multiple times. So maybe I'm defining this the wrong way. Does that help? Oh, it does. It does. Yes, it does. Because it's the specific. So where did we? Um, okay, but let's just go back to where we were. Yeah, let's remove all of that stuff. Oh, JSON schema object, of course. Then let's move back to func. This should be key of p const r. Yes. Foo is optional. Path is. We fixed it. Nice. I can go to lunch now. So we have string. Okay, great. Like we can create our first function call. Let's kind of wrap that one up. And then let's move this into a JSON schema TS. And let's move all this stuff. Doop. And then we'll do an yeah, I think we should rather t extends. So we don't have that dependency there. Cool. And then we're gonna export this one. Thank you, whoever did that thing. That made me way happier. Okay, then we'll do import of extract function. So this would be T. Oh, functions. Let's rename this to function schema. Let's do an import star as schema or JSON schema, and then we'll do schema extract. Oh, yeah, and let's rename. Rename to string schema, rename to object schema, rename to func schema, maybe you can just, yeah, let's just call it func object, or I guess obj. And then, well, okay, sorry, func schema. It's because like we're kind of overriding things. Rename. There we go. Func schema. Well, of course we can we can actually call it function schema. Function schema. Oh my god. Extract function schema. Okay, this is coming together. JSON schema. Func. It's not completely consistent, but string. Okay, good. So now we're actually building the actual let's call it func schema. Func schema. We're gonna call it func to be consistent. What just happened? What did I just do? Oh, it's probably here. Fuck. So we're passing in. Where do we do that thing? So this is just functions any. Agent. Oh, this should also be an array. But why is this breaking now? Why does it think this is a... It's a thing we pass. We're passing in an array of function schemas. Tn. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, how did I manage to break this? So we're grabbing each agent. And we're giving it the functions. And then we're just getting a weird thing back. What the hell is this? Value? Oh, it's like we're getting... Oh, we're getting an empty object. So it's saying that this is not extending a func schema. Because if I say string here, then it changes, right? No, it doesn't. Ah, oh, what the hell did I do? Is it what I'm passing in here? So we're creating... But this is the... Is it because I'm doing the anything? This also breaks, right? Ah, for fuck's sake. Okay, and then I want to move this over to... Let's just move it over first and see what happens. Problem is that I have that iAgent thing there. But we can move that as well into types. Ah, it creates like a circular thing. Okay, I'm gonna just shove this in here temporarily. Was it func? Okay, does this still work now? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure what I did wrong here. Because now I'm passing in, like it shouldn't matter if I pass iAgent or just the func. Is it because no, that doesn't matter. An iAgent needs func schema. Okay, but let's just move all the types into types. We're gonna keep it like this. I'm not exactly sure why it works like this, but this is great. Now we can extend this with other things. Like the plan is really to make this agents thing an open source library, given that it works. Okay, whatever. I'm dropping out, and oh, am I? Yeah, I'm dropping out, and then I might stream a little bit later. We'll see. Bye for now.